Hi, my name is Chriselle Shirtliff, and I did my internship on Everyday Mothers by Jennifer Hunt. How I found this was I actually went to the search bar on the BYU Idaho's webpage and I typed in marriage and family internships. It brought up a list of internship possibilities because if you look, there's 1, 2, 3, 4 down on find an internship. You just click on that and then there's a whole bunch of different internship options. And I was scrolling down and I noticed a title called Everyday Mothers, and Jennifer Hunt's name was off to the corner, but that really intrigued me because I am a mother. And so I wanted to learn more about this. I emailed Jennifer and she emailed me back within a week and we set up a phone interview, and it was a wonderful interview and I was able to enjoy this wonderful internship opportunity. So first off, I kind of want to give you an explanation of what is Everyday Mothers and what the purpose of. The purpose of Everyday Mothers is to show intuitive mothers how their small everyday actions are solving the world's most pressing problems, and then to unite these women into a one heart-centered, spirit-driven force for good. And this was quoted by my internship advisor, Jennifer Hunt. You can see right here that this was our logo and then our title and tagline on our website. I just copied and pasted it over here. It doesn't have the same background. The rest of the images I'm going to be showing you are copyrighted, and some of the quotes are copyrighted as well. But I wanted to give you a taste of what our internship's about and what we are striving to produce and make. Each of these pictures are actual pictures of what mothers are doing during an everyday basis. This mother said, "I have always been a reflective person. I move at a slower pace and I try to really think through and learn all that I can about what is going on around me. Being a mother hasn't been easy for me, but being able to reflect has helped me learn about what is best for me and my family." So you can see that, not being a mother is not easy for everyone, but the things that they're doing, the talents that they're bringing to their children is bringing so much light in a very confused and broken world. Again, this is another image. I just love these images. They just capture so much of what motherhood truly is, and the joy and the light that brings into these children. So now I'm going to take you kind of back into how we created this. To begin with, Jennifer wanted people who were willing to learn. She understood that we spent all of our 4 years of our education learning about family and marriage. And the reason why she wasn't asking website developers, because a lot of this was coding and stuff, the reason why she wasn't asking them is because we would have the foundation for the purpose of the website and can make it more in line with what she wanted to produce. Whereas coding is something that can be learned. This vision had to be something that needed to have been learned over a long period of time and really given focus to. She started us out by giving us a strengths finder test, and then she split us up into positions based on what our strengths were. For example, my strengths were belief, communication, input, activator, and responsibility. And this is what really drove me as who I was, as what I did every day. These were my strengths. So the different areas that she placed us were team lead, scrum lead, executive admin, training lead, and to be determined. I was a TBD, and all of these seem kind of big and overwhelming, but she offers a lot of training and a lot of help to help you really understand how to fulfill these roles, and really it just takes a lot of practice and time. So first thing that we needed to do is we needed to find a way to communicate, because all 5 of us were from the eastern coast clear to the western coast, and there was just no way that we could all be online at the same time communicating. And so we use this version called Slack. I am not showing you our internships channel of Slack. I'm showing you actually my family's channel, because of privacy issues. But what this is you can see on the left-hand corner is just channels of different ways that are different topics that you can click on to communicate. It's like an instant messaging. Anything under direct messages, like any name that you click on, will be just a private message between you and that person. And it worked wonderfully well with all of us because, again, we were in different time zones, and it was just a great way to communicate. So how to organize these tasks. I'm going to first start out by showing you the end. She kind of put us all in a group, and then she said, good luck, find your roles. You guys need to find your roles based on the strengths and talents you have, and you're naturally going to find them. And I did. I was able to naturally find my role. As project manager for Everyday Mothers, I coordinated the team's production schedule to ensure we built a customized website on time and under budget. I did this by prioritizing over 55 tasks in the backlog and worked with teammates to clarify scope, timing, and importance for assignments. I also fleshed out criteria and a definition of done for each task so clearly that anyone could get started right away and know when their assignment was complete. Now that sounds like it's called a power statement, and she actually teaches you how to write these, and they're really good information to put on your resume. And so it was really nice to learn that from her. But that is what I did, and I'll kind of show you. This is the backlog. This is our Kanban. This is our kind of checklist of what we needed to do. Now, this is, again, not our internships checklist. This is my family's, again, for privacy issues, but I just wanted to show you what this was and how we used it. So like new were just different goals that we had, and in each side of each goal, if you click on it, was a list of tasks, and you kind of check marked, and before you click off this goal and put it into done, you had to complete those tasks. And so that is what I did, is I organized that and I made the tasks and I helped people get online. So as time progressed on, again, I learned I helped people with the scope of the project, with timing, with making sure that people were getting done on the correct time. I was trying to be an effective organizer, and I made those details. So that is what I did, is I organized the different tasks that we did, and the tasks that we were supposed to do had to deal with coding and designing a website. We use Thesis WordPress. I know those sound like really big words, but it's really not that bad, because our internship advisor was really laid back and we worked really hard, and it was just kind of fun. We had a lot of fun, but we researched a lot, and some of the tools that were out there were like Code Academy, and that really helped us. And InDesign was so much fun. Designing was just a lot of fun because we could just use we could just make so many different pages and so many different ideas, and it was really fun to get a lot of our creative juices flowing. So there were 3 things that I like to focus on that I learned from this internship. Number 1, Jennifer said at the beginning of our internship that our weaknesses are really our strengths. They're just dialed 2 notches too high. And I loved that quote, because as I was doing this internship, I saw my weaknesses be turned into strengths. For instance, I've been told all my life that I am very impatient, but I realized that I have a talent of being an activator, which means that I move the group forward, that I don't wait, that I keep going on a project until I figure it out. And that really helps me to see that, that weakness that I thought was just a weakness was actually a strength. I just needed to learn how to control it. And that was a huge eye-opener for me. Second thing I learned was the whole is greater than the sum of its parts. Meaning that, I thought that, oh, well, with my talents, I can do this. But in reality, I realized that sometimes my talents or my communication didn't mesh with someone else's communication. We really had a hard time with that at the beginning of our internship, trying to understand how each other communicated. And that really changed my attitude from let's try to fix this to let's try to work with this. So I learned that that my way of communication wasn't the right way, and that the important thing was we were working on this project together as a team, and however way that we could communicate with each other, no matter if it was way different than how we communicated with different people, it worked, and it was needed, and we needed to magnify that because the whole is greater than the sum of its parts. And it really helped me in my marriage to sit back and to really listen and to realize that my husband's way of communication is way different than mine. And so it was a really good eye-opener and a really good lesson for me. I really enjoyed this internship. As a disciple of Christ, I was able to also learn three things. I learned how to listen to others with empathy. I learned that everyone has value in the team and they are needed in making the whole picture work. And I also learned that I needed to add my talents to a project, not to add the project to my talents. And that is what, I feel like Christ wants us to do. He wants us to add our talents to others and not think that we can make it on our own. We are enough to him with our own talents, but he wants us to add to the grander picture by using everyone's talents. And this was a great internship. I learned a lot. I loved a lot. These ladies I'll probably be friends with for the rest of my life. But I'm very grateful that I did it. If you would like to know more, contact Jennifer Hunt, and this is her Gmail. So thank you.